Good morning, folks. It's Saturday morning, May the 2nd, 2026. I'm just going to try and be as plain as I can be so that you understand where I'm coming from. We see in the news gas prices going up, right? We see in the news food prices going up, okay? We see in the news China stopping certain shipments of rare earth minerals, seeds, and specific fertilizers. We see in the news also culling of beef herds and farmers unable to plant crops because they don't have the fertilizer. Let me tell you what I'm hearing. From truckers across the country. Freight is slow. Diesel prices are up. If you need to park, which every truck driver out there driving the roads needs to park for a 10-hour break, parking now costs $30 a night. That's to park your truck. Owner operators are going out of business left and right. Brokers have been in the news for cutting freight and cheating drivers out of pay. Ports are not seeing the same amount of ships come in that they normally do, which means there's going to be, within the next 6 months, there's going to be a shortage of everything. Let that sink in. It's going to be a shortage of everything. You have 6 months. Let that sink in. If we don't go to nuclear war, which that's a possibility, you have 6 months to prepare. This winter is going to be disastrous. The availability of chicken feed, goat feed, cattle feed, hay, wheat, grain, normal produce is going to be very, very limited. Notice I said limited. It'll be there, but it'll be so overpriced you won't be able to buy it. So, this is my warning to you. If you don't grow things, you need to start. You need to learn that now. If you have a backyard, you need to put in what they did in the Great Depression and after World War II, something called a victory garden. Look it up, research it, understand it. If you do not know how to preserve what you grow, you have 6 months to learn. Period. 6 months. And I'm sorry I'm a little emotional, but a lot of people are going to die. A lot of people. I want you to think in your mind, I got 6 months to prepare. I got 6 months to grow enough food to last me through the winter. Notice I say through the winter. I'm not saying it's the end of society. I'm not saying everything is going to collapse. What I'm saying is stuff is going to get so overpriced and so out of range for the normal person that they can't buy it. So you have to grow it. You have to forage it. You have to hunt it. You have to fish it. Okay? You need to learn those skills. You have to be able to preserve it. Okay? You need to learn those skills today. Because this winter, if everything continues the way it's going right now, this winter will kill people. A lot of people will die. There's people over in other countries that are already starting to starve. Let that sink in. There's already people starving in the world right now. There's already people in areas overseas that are in an actual war zone and they can't grow anything and they can't get food and they are starving. I want that to sink in. I want that to sink in. I don't care who's responsible. This is about you and your family. This is about you and your community. I don't care where you are. I want that to sink into you. It's going to be up to people like us who see it coming to carry our neighbors. It's going to be people like us who are going to have to step up to the plate and stop being lazy. Yes, it's a lot of work. Yes, I'm giving you homework. Okay? I'm giving you homework. But I seriously feel that everything I'm seeing come fall, all hell's going to break loose. Because people don't see it coming. You know, right now we're lucky. Everything's on the shelves. Yes, we see little spots here and there where things are not available. Okay. We see that now already. That's going to increase. That's going to increase. The reason for this is obviously no commerce is coming in. Now, a lot of you are going to say, well, we need to move our manufacturing here. Let's be realistic. It takes 3 to 5 years for that to happen. Even if we were to start today, it would take 3 to 5 years. Okay? I'm not in a position to do any of that. Okay? What I can tell you is I'm planting more this year than I normally do. Okay? Because I see what's coming. And I want you to see it. I want you to put the 2 and 2 together. I want you to see past the rhetoric that the news is putting on TV. I want you to see past that. I want you to look and do a little bit of research into power grids, water filtration systems, and how easily they can be taken down. 6 months, folks. 6 months. Why am I saying this? Okay? Why am I saying this? Several people online have been screaming at you for the last several years to prepare. And it's very easy for you to doom scroll and go, oh, well, they're crazy, they're crazy, they're crazy. Okay? It's very easy for you to do that. And then COVID hit. Think about that. Think back when COVID hit. How hard it was to get certain items in the store. They were there, but it was just really, really hard to time it to where you could be there when it was available, right? That's what I'm talking about. And stuff got way overpriced. And lo and behold, the prices have not come down. Okay? So that's what I'm talking about. It's going to be exceptionally hard for you on a normal paycheck to afford anything. I mean, look at what's going on in the housing market, right? Rents have increased. Electricity bills have increased. Insurance bills have increased. Everything is increasing in price, but guess what? Your paycheck isn't. Your paycheck isn't. And for those of you living on Social Security, I don't know how you're making it. I'll be honest. I don't know how you're making it. I really don't. So I'm telling you now, you got 6 months to get ready for winter. You need to do that. You need to stop enjoying the summertime and going on these big vacations and everything. You need to turn and do some work, or you won't make it. You won't make it. Now, like I said, I'm not saying society is going to collapse. What I'm saying is it's going to change. And what we know from history is if you read about the Great Depression, people were telling people that it was coming, and they were told that they were crazy. Look, everything's great, right? And then the Great Depression hit. And how many people died that didn't need to? So that's what I'm telling you. I am a little emotional about it because it clicked in my mind this week that honestly, nobody's coming to save you. The government is not going to be there to hand out food, which I expect that to very soon we're going to see white trains with, food distribution, but what they're going to be handing out is bioengineered stuff that's just designed really to kill you. So you need to think about these things, okay? If you can't grow something, even if it's like on a tabletop in the house, sprouts, you're going to be in a world of hurt, okay? You're going to be in a world of hurt. For those of us who have animals, of course, we have to be looking ahead with everything going on. But if there's no fertilizer, guess what? There's not going to be any grain to make animal feed out of, because all the grain that they're going to have is going to go first to human food before it goes to animal feed, right? And I understand that there's a difference between animal grain and food grain, right? I understand. There's a difference between them. I understand that. But in hard times, animal grain can be used as human food, and that's what they're going to do. They're going to take it for that. Um, so, I want you to think, I've only got 6 months. Winter's coming, winter's coming, winter's coming. And yes, I know it's May 2nd, and winter is several months away. But you need to be looking to that now. Okay? Getting your canning jars now. Getting your canning supplies now. Getting your gardens in. Most places in the country by May 15th you should be starting to plant. Okay, what I'm telling you is plant more than what you normally plant, if you do that. Okay, if you don't do that, and you can do that, do that. Like I said, I don't think it's going to be where you can't get things. I just think you're going to be priced out of it. Right? Reading the Bible, for those of you who aren't Christian, we know this is coming. It's in Revelations. It talks in Revelations about how a loaf of bread would be a day's wages. Think about that. Because nobody believed that would ever happen. I know growing up, you read that and you were like, bread's 50 cents a loaf. Ain't never going to happen. Now look at bread. And it's creeping up every day. And most of the bread that you buy now has got ingredients in it that you can't even read, right? A lot of companies are already going to bioengineered meats for a lot of the foods. You'll see that on the label. It says contains bioengineered product. That means it's lab grown. Okay? So, it's even in potato chips. Okay? So look at that. Put the two and two together. It's a logistical nightmare right now. Okay? It's a logistical nightmare right now. Getting products from this country or that country here to go to the production facilities we have here to be put together and then shipped out to stores to be sold, right? It's an absolute logistical nightmare right now. Because, for those who don't know, the Strait of Hormuz does not only move oil, okay? It moves container ships. It moves products from all over the world through that strait. Okay? And it's going to take a while for them to figure out how to go around that, and the extra cost of going around that, how much that's going to be put onto the consumer when they go to buy the product. So, like I said, I don't think the products are not going to be there. I just think they're going to get so high priced that you're not going to be able to afford it. Good example. $15 for a small fry. Potatoes that can be grown just about anywhere, cut up and fried, is $15 for a small fry. Think about that. Think about that, folks. If you can grow potatoes, grow them. Like I said, potatoes can be grown just about anywhere. You can grow potatoes in a bale of hay. With a little bit of soil in the middle of the bale of hay, throw the potato in there and let it go. And you can have potatoes in a bale of hay. Okay? They're very easy to grow. The problem you're going to have is getting seed potatoes, right? So let me tell you what I did with potatoes. I went to the store. I saw potatoes on sale. I saw that they had two different types of potatoes on sale. They had the organic and they had the non-organic. You want the organic. Because organic means it'll reproduce. Right? I saw that they had seeds on sale. You got the heirloom seeds and you got the non-heirloom seeds. You got the GMO seeds, right? You want the heirloom. Buy it. Even if you can't plant right now due to HOA codes or whatever, if you have the seeds, that's a barterable item and they're going to be worth a lot in the future. So buy the seeds, put them in your freezer, forget about them, right? Until you need them. Very cheap way, very, very cheap way to build up a seed stockpile, right? Buy one pack, $2 to $3, put it in a plastic bag, put it in the freezer. The reason you put it in a plastic bag is to keep the water off of it, okay? Do that. All the free resources that are online right now, you need to start using those resources and start using your time instead of watching the boob tube, as everybody likes to call the television. You need to start doing that and researching, right? You're not stupid. You know how to do that. Research it. Don't look for videos like mine. Go look at the articles and read them. Okay? Because there's so many people right now selling BS and making it sound like they are this scientific genius and they're a 16-year-old in their mama's basement. Okay? So what I'm telling you is you got 6 months. You got 6 months to prepare for winter. And this winter is going to be very harsh. And I know we're just coming into spring, but you need to be thinking of that. Okay? You need to be thinking of, okay, do I have enough wood for my wood stove? And I hope you've got a wood stove. Or do I have enough kerosene for my kerosene heater? I hope you got one. Or do I have enough propane for my propane heater? Hope you got one. Do I have enough gas or propane set aside for my generator? I hope you got one of those. Because you're going to need it. Okay? You're going to need it. And these are the things that you need to think about. Number one, water. Clean, safe, drinkable water. I don't care if you got a kiddie pool out in the backyard that's 2 foot by 12 foot. That's a lot of water. And you can run that water through a filtration system and have drinkable water. Okay? You need to think about that. Number one is water. One of the things I've been looking up this week is water from air. What? Water from air? Yes, water from air. Okay? I've been looking at that this week. Been researching that this week. Okay? Number two, food. If you don't have water, you die in 3 days. If you don't have food, you die in 21 days. Right? Number three, shelter. Have at least a tent, a tarp, something that can be used as shelter. And keep that with you at all times. Okay? Keep that in your go bag, keep that in your pickup truck, in your car, whatever. Something that can be used as a shelter. Okay? Something, a set of dry clothes. So if something happens, whether it be a sudden downpour and you got caught in it and you got to switch out your clothes, always have a set of clothes. to change into, right? Always have that. Simple, simple things, folks. Number four on my list is first aid. Now, some people are going to say, well, you need to put that to number one. Okay. Well, if that's how you want to do it, that's how you do it. Okay. It's number four on my list. It's first aid. Because a simple cut out in the woods where you don't have a way to clean it can lead to infections which can kill you. So number four on my list is first aid. That's number four. Number five, knowledge. Because the first four don't mean nothing if you don't have the knowledge. And that's what I'm telling you to do. I'm telling you, you've got 6 months to get the knowledge and get the wherewithal to be able to live through the times coming. Because it's going to hit, I really, really believe, that by fall, all hell's going to break loose. And I think a lot of people are going to quietly starve to death because they are too proud to ask for help, or they make too much money to be able to go to the food bank or get welfare, right? Even though all their money is going for rent or mortgage or electric bills or what have you. Okay? So there's a lot of people already that can't afford rent that are living in their vehicles, right? Look around, you'll see it. That's increasing on a daily basis. That's increasing. 6 months, folks. I want you to think that. 6 months. I've got 6 months to get prepared. And this is my warning sign to you. 6 months, folks. 6 months. Bicycle.